Today we're going back all the way to OG Dragon Ball to cover one of the most underrated matchups in the series between two guys who did not get their fair shake in DBZ. We're breaking down Tien versus Yamcha in their heyday. So it's the day before the 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi, and the Turtle School is flying to Papaya Island to register for the tournament. They pull up and head for the tournament grounds to get signed in, but Goku still hasn't arrived yet. While they're waiting for him to show up, Master Roshi's longtime rival, Master Shen, pulls up with his two pupils, and he wants all the smoke. We don't know it yet, but this man to his left, Tien, is gonna be the biggest problem we've seen in the series thus far. When I say he's a junkyard dog, bro, I mean, you'll see. Anyways, the rivalry is already set. It's Turtle School versus Crane School. They leave and Goku finally shows up, fashionably late as usual. Look how happy the squad is to see him. Then we get some of those classic cozy scenes where OG Dragon Ball really just shines. Like the gang feasting at a restaurant, staying at a hotel, and playing cards the night before everything kicks off. Look at the camaraderie, it's so beautiful. Fast forward to the preliminary matches. Yamcha was looking clean in his first match and Goku's bigging him up, but Tien was watching like, bro, you got nothing on me, bro. Then Krillin dominates his match and starts getting his props too, but Tien just isn't having it anymore. He pulls up on them hating like, you consider that an accomplishment? You're all a pack of bums. Yamcha tells him to piss off, he's not gonna take that disrespect. Things get pretty heated and it looks like a fight is gonna break off, but the GOAT Jackie Chun, winner of the last tournament, shows up and de-escalates the situation. The prelims continue with our main cast dominating the scene before everyone takes a lunch break. And guess who's making a scene in the cafeteria bullying the chef, talking about, I expect a decent meal. And again, Yamcha isn't gonna stand for this. They're even closer to fighting this time, but Jackie Chun, the voice of reason, this isn't the time or the place, save it for the tournament. Man, I love this here. Things calm down and Nam, a contestant from the last tournament, greets the gang. He's just a really good-hearted dude that they became close with, and he's there for some friendly competition. But Tien must have seen this because when the prelims are wrapping up, the gang is shocked to see Nam's carcass. Tien beat the brakes off of him and pretty much ended his career with a smile on his face. This man has to be stopped. He's unhinged. The prelims are over. We're down to our 8 competitors who are going to fight in the finals. They're going to draw numbers to determine the order of the matchups, but the Crane School rigs the system by using Chaozu's psychic powers. They make it so the first fight is going to be Tien versus Yamcha, and it's on. They can't wait for this. They're talking trash all the way to the stage. Like usual, we're going to break this fight down and score it with a 10-point must system. This fight is scheduled for 3 rounds. At the end of each round, the winner gets 10 points and the loser gets 9 points or less depending on how badly they lost. If it goes all 3, the scores get tallied and the fighter with more points wins. But the fight can end in any round via stoppage. Okay, let's get right into it. Sound the bell, round 1, let's go. Yamcha's gonna open up the round with a flying sidekick like it's Fabricio Verdum versus Travis Brown, but Tien blocks. He tries to counter, but Yamcha kicks off at an angle to dodge. Tien's gonna come in aggressive with this flurry, but all of these shots are getting blocked. Yamcha definitely feeling the heat though. Whoop! Pulls back from the kick. Still getting smothered with shots here, but he knows he needs to keep him humble, so he finds a spot to throw back. Neither fighter landing here, but it's 50-50. Head kick attempt by Tien here, but a dodge. Then Yamcha takes to the air. He's gonna come back down with a sidekick, which would normally be pretty stupid here. I mean, Tien has all the time in the world to dodge or set up a counter because Yamcha can't fly at this point in the series, but because of all that trash talk we covered, he knows Tien's gonna stay right where he is. Block. Look, I told you, he's feeling himself. Yamcha pulls back, but Tien follows. He's trying to go under the legs. Psych. Athletic maneuver to get behind his opponent. He doesn't even throw here, he's just flexing. Backward elbow, blocked. Ducks under the wheel kick. Tien throws a slappy 1-2, but slip. Yamcha counters with a quick flurry of straights that all land. Bad shot selection though. Why are you hitting him in the middle of the chest? His chin is right there. If you want to do some body work, at least go to the solar plexus. Anyways, he winds up a big power shot while his opponent is compromised, but whoop! Tien ducks under the shot and loads up a massive uppercut that almost takes Yamcha's head off, but he pulls back and only ends up getting grazed by the shot. And I love this, Yamcha takes advantage of Tien's momentum by clinching and pulling him in to land a sneaky knee to the body and follows up with an elbow up top. Beautiful combo. Now he's delivering the pressure. Tien slipping and throws his own back, but Yamcha ducks, parries, grabs the handle, lands a sidekick to the body. He's hurt, but immediately wants it back in blood. Yamcha blocks the straight, but gets caught with a massive knee up top that drops him. He's got to immediately lock back in because his opponent is relentless. But watch this, he's dodging, he hits the brakes. Tien staggering, but lands a kick to the body soon as his opponent gets back to his feet. More pressure here, but whoop! Yamcha takes to the air to dodge, but Tien follows. He's ready for him. Heated exchange here ends with Yamcha sneaking in a hammer fist to the jaw that sends his opponent back to the ground. He comes back down too, and both fighters take a breather. Yamcha's thinking, man, this guy's relentless. Even though he's been handling the pressure well so far, he feels it, you know what I mean? It's starting to get to him. And Tien's thinking about how Yamcha wasn't full of talk, like he's actually legit, as round 1 comes to a close. Look, I'm going to score this round a 10-9 for Yamcha. Let's take a look at the stats. He outlanded Tien 12-3. Now keep in mind, most of these shots were from that one flurry to the chest that I gave him some flack for, but even with significant strikes, he was up 4-2, and he was more efficient, so he definitely takes the round. Still very competitive though, and we're only just getting started. Let's take a look at the next round. Round 2 starts off with Yamcha announcing his new technique, the Wolf Fang Blowing Wind. He hits the cat stance. Look at the cat stance. Kung Fu heads, where you at? He's running in, but Tien's ready for him and they break into a heated exchange. Yamcha's pushing him back, but Tien isn't letting himself get overwhelmed in the slightest. He's turning it up too. It's a seesaw battle. And you guys know I always break down these frames for you to see what's going on, but unlike Z, OG Dragon Ball will often have frames that show like a mishmash of impacts, so I can't really break down the science of some of these heated clashes, but I can still comment on the flow of the fight when we get exchanges like this. And best believe I still counted each of these impacts for the stat sheet. Tien blocks the backhand, catches the left and beautifully blocks the body shot while keeping the guard up. That lets him catch the other left, and he's gonna stuff the follow up with his knee. Yamcha with the switch knee but a block. The frames are gonna repeat. Tien's getting pushed back but stands his ground and tries to dictate the fight. Block, block. Now he's pushing him back. We see the same exchanges from before, but this time after blocking Yamcha's knee, he loads up that chambered right hand and launches it like a Cuban missile, but dodge, block. Yamcha barely blocks the right hand. You see the look of concern in his eyes. What about my Wolf Fang Blowing Wind? Catches the body shot and tries to get some offense going, but Tien's not having it. Even when he is being pushed back, he looks so much more confident. He's figuring him out here. They keep exchanging until Tien blocks the right and guides Yamcha's hand down to open him up for this power shot, but Yamcha barely slips in time, and watch this. Yamcha hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 backflips to get around his opponent. What? Then grabs Tien's arm, then with the other arm, and kinda climbs his way up. Bro, what is this? I'm sorry, this is why I hate the Wolf Fang Fist, or I guess the Wolf Fang Blowing Wind. It's just so gimmicky. This shouldn't work against Tien, or anybody. He should have been countered him, but I digress. Yamcha comes in with the claw strike that just barely grazes Tien, who comes back with a spear hand that makes an identical cut on Yamcha's face. Then he comes in with a chopping hook over the top that gets caught. The fighters throw a massive flurry that ends with both of them trading hard shots up top. This is a dogfight. Yamcha takes to the air again to deliver a massive shot, and Tien's waiting on the ground to counter, but neither gets their shot in. Instead, it's a big collision course that ends up with both men getting dropped pretty hard. They stand back up, and Tien comes back with the trash talk. That's it? That was your big technique? You should call it Wolf Fang Blowing Hot Air. Yamcha takes to the sky again. If it's me at this point, I'm just stepping to the side like, okay bro, you're done. I'm not gonna be here for the shot every time. Like, you need to learn your lesson. But Tien's stubborn, still standing his ground, and blocks the shot. But Yamcha's leg bounces off the arm, and he continues with a flurry of body kicks that land flush. Comes back to spin around and land a hook kick to the body that drops his opponent. Now Yamcha's the one feeling himself, but this is how you know Tien's a menace. This is a joke to him. He's laughing it off like Vegeta did when he got revived on Namek. And of course some more trash talk. Yamcha's gonna do the exact same move, but this time Tien juices himself up with ki and starts blocking the combo like a Shaolin monk. Even the head kick doesn't faze him.
Is that it? Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the massage, but I thought you could fight.
Yamcha is standing there shook as round 2 comes to a close. And again guys, I'm gonna score this round a 10-9 for Yamcha. It's one of those where you look at the stats and they clearly favor him. Same as round 1, most of this strike disparity is because of the one body kick combo he landed, but he still has a slight edge on significant strikes. You have to give him the round, but at the same time, you're watching it and you're like, oof, it ain't looking good for him. He's just working a lot harder than he was in the last round, and the problem is his moves aren't hurting Tien in the way he expects. Bro just has an answer for everything. But still, Yamcha's up 2 points going into the final round. Let's take a look at round 3. The round starts off with Yamcha in disbelief over the end of the last round. He's like, impossible. And Tien hits him with that Shia LaBeouf.
Nothing is impossible.
Before coming in quick. The two fighters are clashing like in round 2. Last time we saw Tien gradually taking over the exchanges, but by now, he's got his man figured out, so he gets the edge over him real fast. Yamcha's looking overwhelmed here. Boom! Gets clipped with the massive elbow to the jaw. He's hurt. He's getting lit up with power shots now. Tien just imposing his will, gets the underhook and just ragdolls his opponent. Yamcha tries to recompose, but Tien's talking trash to a down Yamcha, but he refuses to give up. He wants his main character moment. He gets up and shouts, "This one's for Nam," but gets countered with a vicious body shot that stuns him really badly and gets caught with a head kick that sends him spinning back to the ground. Why did they hit us with this camera angle? He's getting cooked in front of his #1 glazer and his girlfriend. Bulma's shook.
Come on, Yamcha! Get up! Get up!
Please!
Against all odds, he stands back up and actually delivers a pretty cold line.
I just got my second wind, and it's blowing like a hurricane.
And then he starts charging up a Kamehameha. His first one on screen, and Master Roshi, my bad, I mean Jackie Chun. Roshi's gotta be somewhere in the audience. Jackie Chun's like, "Bro, Yamcha can't handle the Kamehameha wave." But he fires it off and proves him wrong. Tien locking in though, look at the intensity. This was such a gangster move, bro. He stops the beam with his aura and bounces it back at him. He's shook. He takes to the air last second to dodge. No wasting time anymore. Tien immediately follows up while Yamcha drops his guard. He got way too comfortable being up in the sky, I'm not gonna lie. Protect yourself at all times. Too late though, cause Tien lands a rib-crushing body kick and the Turtle Hermit student is falling down to the ground. He's knocked out cold. It's over. The fight ends in the third. Look how disrespectful this is. Tien is just looking down at his carcass before chuckling at him as he walks away. Look, he steps over him, bro. Tien was on demon time in the 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi. That's 2 of Goku's friends he's already put in a body bag. For like nothing. The fight ends in the 3rd round via knockout. Let's take a look at the stats. Tien completely shut Yamcha out this round and landed 12 shots, all significant strikes. He was only getting better as the fight went on, and Yamcha just couldn't keep up. Man, it's crazy how this is Yamcha at his peak. I'm talking as far as like relevance as a character, and he was still out here getting humiliated. Toriyama hated this man. Every single saga there was a Yamcha humiliation ritual, and this is before the classic Cyberman fetal position. Here are the stats for the fight overall. And guys, like I said in round 2, the way these fights were drawn in OG Dragon Ball, it's a little bit harder for me to get an accurate stat sheet. I had to do some more estimating than usual, but these numbers should still be in the right ballpark. Just take them with a grain of salt. On another note, there's honestly more disrespect after the fight, like the gang running into the Crane school the same night after visiting Yamcha in the hospital, but I'm just gonna call it here. If you made it this far, please hit that like button, it really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comments. I will see you soon, and I'm out of here.